Hi guys, you're welcome to my channel. In this video I'll be showing you how to make this female short pants. It's free and easy to wear, okay, with a nice band. So please note, for my crotch depth, I divided my hip measurement, that's hip circumference divided by 4 plus 1 inch. My hip circumference is 38 divided by 4, that's 9.5 plus 1 inch. So that's what gives me this perfect crotch depth, and I like it. So please, you can try that out also. So if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. So let's get to work. So for this particular pant, I'll be starting with this borderline, which is the starting point. And also the trouser is going to have a band, and the band will be about 1.5 inch high. So all my measurements will start with this one from 1.5, as you can see. Okay, so my hip line, which is the distance from my waist down to the hip, I'll be using 9 inches, and also 10.5 inch from my crotch depth. So getting your crotch depth, you can sit on a flat surface and measure from your waist down to the surface where you are seated. Okay, and the second method is the one I talked about earlier in this video. Okay, so there are different ways of calculating your crotch depth, so I just mentioned two. Okay, so and also, being a short pant, I'll be using a length of 23 inches and 2 inches for the hemming. Okay, then I'll join them with my ruler. So now we are going to put in the body measurement. So my hip circumference is 38 inches divided by 4, which is 9.5. So I'm going to measure the exact 9.5. Okay, please note, I'm not adding any ease allowance on this. It's just the exact 9.5 I'm going to put in on the hip line, on the crotch depth, on the waistline, and also on the trouser length. So practically all through, I'm putting in this my hip measurement. So connect it down to the hip line. So now we're going to work on the crotch extension. So for the crotch extension, we're going to divide the hip measurement, the hip circumference divided by 4, which is 9.5. So this 9.5 will be divided by 4 again. So this giving me 2¼ inch. So that's what I'm going to use for my crotch extension. I hope you understand. Okay, so now at that point I need to extend it out. So I'm extending by 1.5 inch in order to create a smooth curve. And connecting the crotch extension to the body, back to the body, as you can see. Okay, so also I'll go ahead and put in my waist measurement, that's the trouser waist measurement. Mine is 7.5, so 7.5 plus 1 inch for that allowance, because I'll put that on this. So you connect it carefully to the hip line. Please make sure, try to avoid excess allowance, because by the time you join the trouser you see some bags there, unnecessary space. Okay, so now measuring the thigh, for the thigh measurement, I'm not going to be using that, but your thigh this thing, it should just be like 3 inches from your crotch depth. Okay, so next, now we are going to create a mid point or a middle line for all this. So we need to measure the center, and by doing this we'll be using the 9.5 inch. That's the widest measurement so far, divided by 2. So that's what will help us in getting this midpoint. So from there, and also the trouser round, I'll be using 18 inches. So the 18 inches divided by 2, that's 9. 9 for each, for the front. So this 9 also will be divided by 2. So giving me 4.5 on both sides of this pattern. Then I'll connect it carefully to my crotch extension. So, and also for the hemming, try to come out a bit, extend the straight line outward so that when folding it will go smoothly. So for my darts now, you know, I said there is a band that is taking about 1.5 inch already. So now the darts, I won't be using the complete 5 inches for the dart again. So from the 5 inches, just remove the 1.5. So now only work on the remaining part, which is about 3.5 inches, right? Okay, so now we are done with front pattern. We'll go ahead and use the same front pattern to create our back pattern. So I've traced it out and now I'm making it more visible with my marker pen. So for the crotch extension for the back pattern, so just extend by 2 inches. Just add 2 inches to the crotch extension from front pattern and connect it like so. Then you come down by ½ inch. So this is just to create more room, or just to create ease in connecting. Yeah. So now trace out the midpoint from the front pattern. So now from the midpoint, you measure that side and find divide it by 2. Whatever you have, you mark it. Then remember the crotch extension we use for front pattern, which is 2 1/4. So you're going to raise that part by 2 1/4 and we'll connect it down. So that is what gives the room for the buttocks behind. And also for this curve, we'll raise for the back pattern, its curve will be about 2 inches. So just add ½ inch to what you have from front pattern and connect it like so. So now I'll measure my trouser waist for the front pattern, okay? Because I'm going to use the same thing for the back pattern. So now I'll extend the waistline in order to give more room. I've extended it. So the same thing I measure, yes, there is about 8.5. So you bring it there, just like so. Please just watch the video carefully. You can see the line is no longer straight, it's slanted because of the raising we did earlier for the back pattern. So because of this, I'll be adding 1 inch to the, yes, all through the pattern, and I'll connect them like so. So this 1 inch will help the trouser to sit well, and also the line by the side will fall to the exact place where it's supposed to be, that joining line by the side. So also this one will give more ease to the trouser. Remember, I did not add any ease allowance to the hip measurement. So this is the reason why I didn't add any ease allowance. So, and we are done. Our back pattern is ready. So before I finish, I remember I forgot to fix it and put the dart for back pattern. So I went ahead and created it. It's just to find the midpoint for this back pattern and now create the dart slantly. As you can see, the dart is not going to be straight. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And one more thing, please, while cutting this pattern on the fabric, remember to add your sewing allowance, because this pattern doesn't have a sewing allowance. It's when I'm cutting the fabric I'll add the sewing allowance. Please remember to do that. If you do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and like and share my videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.